Welcome back to another session of object-oriented programming using C++ class. In today's video, we will discuss about this pointer and its various uses. So basically, this is a special keyword that represents a pointer to the current object. This is very important. It has many uses, and we will in today's session we will discuss some of its important uses, like it can be used to pass current object as parameter to another method. Second, it can be used to refer current class instance variable. And the third one is it can be used to declare indexers, means method chaining. Now we will see all these uses one by one using a suitable example, using some suitable example. So let's first see, let's use a test class test. See, how do we suppose, let's declare an instance variable in a, and in the public section let's declare a constructor test int a. Now you can see in this particular example the name of our instance variable and the local constructor variable is same. So we cannot do such type of assignment like a is equal to a. We can do this, but in this case, what will happen if you write like this? What will happen? This will be assignment to itself. I mean, this a will be assigned to this itself, to this local variable a, and member variable our class member variable a will remain uninitialized, right? So this is the problem. So we need some way to distinguish between this variable with this variable, right? So in this case, to facilitate this, in C++, we use this keyword. So we use this keyword like this a is equal to a, right? So we'll not use this. So this is the first use of this keyword. This is the first use of this keyword. It can be used to refer current class instance variable. Used to refer current class instance variable. Now what is the second use? Let's see how we can pass the current object as parameter to another method. Okay. So if we want to pass current object as parameter to another method. So let's create a class, suppose class test, and create two methods. Let's first take some variable, say a, and in the public section, uh, let's create two methods, void show a, right? In basically what we are trying to do, we will print the value of a, see out, will print the value of current object a using the object. So basically we will pass our current object as argument here, like this, test ob, and we will write a is equal to ob dot a, right? And suppose this is the method call show a, which will be used to call this method show a, and here we'll call show a like this and pass the current object this. So like this we can pass the current class object. Here we are passing the current object as parameter. See, this keyword is a pointer to current object. So star this represents the actual object, right? Basically, uh, using this star, we are dereferencing the this. So we already know when we declare some pointer like this, int p is equal to, suppose we like declare like this, and a is equal to 10. Suppose p is equal to address of a. Then how do we print the value contained at the address of p? Like this, cout star p, right? So in the similar manner, we are using this. This is the pointer, like p, and star this means we are dereferencing the this pointer, and star this represents the actual object, right? So in this way we can pass the current class object as parameter. Now the third, we can also return the current class object, right? We can return the current class object like this, return this. So this way we are returning the object, and if I write return this means we are returning the pointer to the current class object. sorry, current object, right? So if the name of the class is test, suppose like this, class test, and we use suppose int a, some other methods. So we can return the current class, current, sorry, current object like this, test. We can use reference and simply get object, return this. So this way we can return the object. We can return current class object in this way, right? Now let's see the another use. We can use, we can use this keyword for indexes function chaining, right? Let's see how we can use uh, this as for function chaining. Suppose let's create the same class, class test. Inside the class, let's take a variable a. In the public section, initialize this a using constructor, or sorry, we will not use the constructor, rather we will use getters and setters. We'll use setter method, set x, set a, right? Test. This method will return the reference to the current class pointer, current class object, current object, sorry. Let's call this set a. This method will set the value of a, int a, initialize this a using this a is equal to a, and simply return the current object, this, right? Now let's create one more method, void show, and in this method let's print the value of a. A is equal to a, simple, a is equal to a, and that's it. Now do one more thing, write the main method, main, okay, create the object of this class, test ob. Now let's use the method chaining. I mean, we'll call both of this method in the single statement like this, ob dot set a, suppose 100, dot show, and return 0, right? So this is function chaining. We have chained two functions together. Now what this code is doing, what this line is doing, first our ob dot set a method will be called. This will initialize the value of a. This will initialize the value of a as 100. This is our object ob. Now what will happen? This set a method is returning the current object. This set a method is returning the current object. So this call will be replaced by the current object, and using the current object we will call like this. This will be equivalent to this call. Using the current object we will be able to call the show method, and show method will simply print a is equal to 100, right? So this way we can chain the functions using this keyword. So I think uh, you have now understood the various uses of this keyword. For more clarity, let's code what we have discussed using our online compiler. Okay, so this is our online compiler. Let's try various uses of this keyword. Create a class test and declare a variable int a in the public section. Use a constructor test. Pass the variable with same name, and here just create, use one more method, void show, and say out, and a is equal to a. Now create an object of test class like this, test t5, and call show method t dot show. I want to basically here I want to demonstrate the use of this keyword for distinguishing, differentiating between the member variables and the local variables. Like, right. So if I simply write a is equal to a, the program will run, but this will be assignment to itself. Uh, Here the local a will be assigned to itself, and our member variable a will remain uninitialized, right? So if I run this, this should print a is equal to 1. There, I think, oh, I forget to add semicolon in the last of class. So as expected, the value of a is 0, whereas we have passed the value 5 to initialize this a. So this is the first use of this keyword. We can use this as like this to differentiate between the member variable and the local variable. Now let's run it again, and this will print a is equal to 5, right? So I think the first use of this is clear to you. Now the second use, how we can pass this in the let's try to pass this as the function variable, right? uh, let's do one thing in this method. Let's create some other method, void suppose show a, and inside this pass the reference of current class object, and simply print cout slash a is equal to a, ob dot a. right? So create one more method, void call show a, and inside this simply call show a and pass the current object like this, and now call t dot call show a, right? So simple, this will call this method show a. Basically we have called call show a. Inside call show a we have passed the current object, and the current object will be received by this method show a, and here we are printing the value of a using the object of the using the current object, right? So this is the another use of this pointer or this keyword. Now let's see the third use, how we can use the this for function chaining. Let's remove all these methods. Now we will use this for function chaining, and for this I will create a setter method for a. I will in this example I will not use uh, the constructor to construct the value of a. Rather I will use a set a method, and in this I'll pass a. Sorry, I have to return the object, current class object. So test reference, and let's initialize a like this. A is equal to a, and return the current object like this. Okay, now let's create another object, another function, void show, and inside show method simply print the value of a slash n. A is equal to a, right? Okay, now since we have not used this constructor, remove this. Okay, so now what we are going to do, we will call set a and show method together like this. T dot set a, suppose 100, and dot show like this, and now try to run this. So you can see basically what is happening. First the object is calling the set a method. The set a method initializes the current uh, member variable a using the value 100, and then it is returning the current object, and using this object we are calling the show method, right? So this is basically making a chain. Okay, now let me show you one more use of this keyword. See in this here in this function we are returning the class current object using star this. Basically we are dereferencing the this pointer here. What if I want to return the pointer to the current object? What if I try to return the pointer to the current object? Let's remove star. So here this means we are returning the pointer. This is the pointer, and since this is the pointer, this and will be replaced by the star, and Now this will be replaced by the pointer to the current object, and we know that when we use pointer to the object, we can access its member using the arrow operator like this. So now let's try to run it, whether it runs fine or not. See, so we have two options. We can either return the object itself or the pointer to the object using this. If we are returning the pointer to the current object, if we are returning the pointer to the current object, then using the pointer, we whenever we use pointer to structures or pointers to object, we can access their members, be it variables or functions, using the arrow operator like this. So I think, let me copy paste this code in our OneNote so that it can be referred later. So I think this video has cleared your doubts regarding this keyword, this pointer, and now you will be able to use the this keyword with ease in your programs. Thank you very much. We'll show you in the next video with some another examples. Thank you.